These are excellent questions. First of all, I'd like to address the issue of the graveyard run. I feel like when you have different people telling you orders versus when somebody else on your team is doing the same thing. Sorry, that wasn't clear. When I was going, I had 3 people telling me what to do. When who's the other person on the team? Cole. He had it really clear to him. Like there's just one person telling me what to do. So in the graveyard run, I felt like I was at a disadvantage because I was getting so many mixed signals, and that's why I was slow. So if I had the same situation with the other person on my team to do the thing, I think I would have done just as well. As far as when I proved my strengths, I think I did very well in the puzzle game. If you guys remember, I went in there, I looked at the thing, and I switched out 5 or 6 in one visit to the kitchen and back. I think I proved my strength in that very first round. As far as other rounds are concerned, I mean, the candy corn, I guess I got the fun. I mean,
Alright, Chad is next.
Katie, my question for you is which single player do you think was the weakest link on the white team and why?
I mean, I would just say Tim because he didn't have a lot of chance to prove his strengths. I think he could have been a very valuable person to the team, but he wasn't given that chance.
William, my question for you is, what did you do to facilitate the production of the game today?
you mean in the behind-the-scenes stuff?
Yes, what did you do to help the game function properly?
I still understand the question. I mean, in preparation.
Well, I think a lot of other members helped Mike in the beginning and Lauren eventually, and then the people who followed.
Well, I really can't say that I did a whole lot. I mean, first of all, I didn't have any idea what Survivor was. When I heard about Survivor Peconic, I thought that it was just something that you guys woke up one morning and were like, oh, let's play Survivor, and then you just did it. Mike, seriously. And I didn't know that it was something so involved and something so fun. So I think if I had known that, I would have been from the beginning, really helping out. But yeah, I honestly, I didn't do much because I didn't think it'd be so involved and take so long and be, I mean, look at us. Continue.
Thank you.
Very good. I think Matt is next.
Same question for both of you. Whitney or Mariah, and why?
Whitney, because she has a better voice.
What?
And she's crazy, so that's just great to watch.
Unlike Mariah?
When I was younger,
They should have car.
oh god, I had this thing for Mariah Carey. I loved her music, and I would well, when I was little, I would play with my erector set, when you take little screws, and I built ski lists and everything. But I would listen to Mariah Carey while I did it. In fact, I made mixtapes when I was younger with Mariah Carey. I'd use a little microphone from something, and I'd be like, "This is Mariah Carey now," and I'd make a mixtape. I'd be like, "Eliza, listen to my mixtape." She's like, "This is all William, are you gay or something?" I'm like, "No, I just wanted Mariah Carey on my thing."
Joe! Quickly, Joe.
Okay,
Please,
my question for Katie is, why do you feel that you would have lost had you gone against DJ rather than Will?
Because I think that it was just a strategic move, and I think that Will has had more votes against him than DJ has.
Will, what was your reaction to that decision?
I was actually I knew that Katie and DJ had always been tight, and to have someone be chosen as your running mate in the final round is kind of saying you're not good enough. So I wouldn't expect her to say that to DJ, but since the two of us don't know each other very well, I was not in the least bit surprised that she said, "I want you to be my my opponent because I can obviously crush you."
Sorry. Good. Morgan.
I have a simple question for the both of you. There is a well-known phrase, one I try to live by, known as "your word is your bond." And so, following up on what Tim said and what others have said, in the first round, the white team said, no matter what happens, when we unify original white members, even though there are no more teams, we'll vote only for white members and we'll hash it out after there are no other members of teams left. Given that happened initially, and we had reiterated that after every round, Will, I'm curious if you think it was strategically wise, given the fact that within 5 minutes after breaking that vow, the other black team opponent was removed. you think it was still a wise decision?
You saying it was, I feel it was a wise decision to vote you out instead of
To break your word and to strategically move, as you said earlier in one of your answers. Do you think it was wise?
strategically move from like seriously this part is actually fuzzy in my memory, but I can just no seriously it is. I mean you saw how many Bloody Marys I had or whatever, but like I voted for who I did because I was. If there's somebody on the black team, if you will, even though the teams were absolved by then, if there's someone on the black team that I was certain was going to get voted out anyway, I'm going to vote somebody out on the white team because the teams are not teams anymore at that point.
I think you missed my question.
Alex. Moving on to Alex.
Katie needs to answer her question, yeah.
Morgan, what was your question?
Alex, go.
I didn't ask Katie first, and I didn't hear an answer for my question first.
It's
of all.
not.
It doesn't matter.
It's not
Question for
discussion.
Katie.
My question just was whether or not you thought it was. You still maintain it was a wise decision. Do you regret it?
Yes or no?
I think it was a good decision. It was a good strategy.
Okay.
I think it was a good
Next.
strategy.
Next. Alex.
Alex. Katie, Russian or British drama, and why?
British.
And
The
Will,
horses are excellent.
spit or swallow?
Oh God, neither.
Alright, that's fair. Next
Moving
person.
on. Who's next?
Intravenous.
Go.
I'd like to give you the opportunity to.
Cole. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'd like to give you the opportunity to say something you haven't already said, and maybe in doing so respond to the idea that this game isn't necessarily about like staying, honorable. This game is about winning, and so I'd like to hear your opinions on that, and also hear you express your perspective. And that might not.
Is this a question for me or both of us?
Both.
Both of you, the same
I
thing.
think that it's possible to stay honorable and win the game because I haven't done anything. My intentions have always been known, and all my voting has been known.
Will?
I mean, obviously the point of the game is to win, and I voted in such a way that I thought would make me win. So I'd say, yeah, winning is more important than being honorable.
CJ.
Alright, this is for both of you. Katie, why do you think Will should win? And Will, why do you think Katie should win?
Very good.
I think Katie has gotten more like first place. I don't know how to think. Like that's just how I remember it. Like didn't she get like first place in a bunch of recent ones at least?
I'm talking about personality traits.
Look at her. She's just so adorable and sweet. She's a nice face of a survivor. Actually, I did get to know Katie during this. Being on our team. Like she was the key to our RPM, and I didn't really have much interaction with her, but it's fun to know. And I think she's a wonderful girl, and I think I would be upset if she won.
I think Will should win because even though he broke the alliance, he still did an excellent job, and he still played the game really well, and he tried really hard on every single time, and he obviously made it this far, so I think he's a good candidate for